area, and then twist while pulling apart. And there you have your basic 6-petal flower. Then I take a green balloon and I inflate it all but about 2 inches. I twist off one small bubble, and I hold this bubble where the twist is almost in the middle of the flower. Holding it in there, I pull the green balloon between 2 of the petals, so that you now have your petals on a stem. Now I twist off about a 2-inch bubble on the green balloon, and then another 1 to 1.5-inch bubble that will be ear twisted. 1 to 1.5-inch bubble, causing the stem to take about a 90-degree turn. Now at this point, I'll measure the head of the child that I want to put the balloon on, so that it won't be so tight that it cut off the flow of oxygen or so loose as to blow off in a breeze. Then I take the remainder, squeezing air up. I have a full twist and the remainder. When I twist those two together, it causes your flower to stand up so that your little girl will look like she's from Hawaii. The girls love this, they really do. I'd like to show you a series of hats that go off of the basic helmet hat. Most everyone knows what the basic helmet hat is. You take a balloon, inflated all but about an inch, inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, depending on how full you like the balloon to be. You twist off about a 1-inch bubble. You measure around the head so that you have the size that you need, that the person who's going to make the hat for. Then at the point where these two balloons meet, you twist them together, squeezing the air out to the remainder of the balloon, twist off another small bubble, finding about the halfway point in the ring that you just made. You pinch and fold that bubble around so that you have the basic helmet. One of the basic helmet hats that I make, the original design for this I got from a gentleman named Ralph Dewey. He has it in one of his books. And it's the Viking hat. If you haven't seen the Viking hat, you're going to love this. Little boys love this as a pirate hat, and it beats any pirate hat I've ever seen made. You take your helmet and you split the top portion in half. And you take a white balloon and you split it in half also. Now where you split the white balloon in half, insert it through the center, pop it in where the split was made and where the split was made, twisting it aroundwards. Now measure a piece here equal about to the piece here and twist. Take this portion, matching it about in the center of the side of the helmet, bring this balloon through the middle and out the side that you're attaching it to, bring it over and adjust it so it looks like half of a Viking's hat. Going to the other side, repeat the process that you've just done by twisting off a portion equal to this portion, going about halfway into the side of the hat, bringing it through the bottom and up to the side that you're putting it on, and you've got your Viking hat. Now I'd like to show you the addition that I've done to this. The only reason that I'm showing you the Viking hat is because of the addition that the new balloon that I don't know if it's been done before, but probably somewhere someone's done it, which doesn't much matter. You take 3 orange balloons, fully inflated, end to end, and you twist all 3 together at the end by a 1-inch bubble. Now I always take, whenever I do, this is going to be a braid, whenever I do a braid, I always take 2 of these balloons and twist them around a couple of times and push the other bubble between them locking it down so that it won't come undone and undo your braid while you're trying to do the braid. Now, I don't know how everyone else does braids. Someone in your area knows how to do a braid. Ask them to show you, because all I can do is show you how I do it on the camera, and then you'll need to find someone if it's hard for you. And if they won't show you, they're brats, but that's another story altogether. So you take and you braid your 3 orange balloons together all the way to the end, and then I twist the 2 around like I said, splitting them with the other bubble. Now I take the braid and I bend it up on one end, upward, and I bend it down on the other end, downward, so that it makes a sort of an S turn. This I take and I attach all 3 of these bubbles to the one bubble at the back of the Viking hat by twisting all 3 together. When you've done this, you adjust your braid so that it now hangs off the back of the hat like so, and you have your Viking navy. I'd say it's not over till the fat lady sings, but my mom might get mad, and so my Aunt Gladys might too, and I won't name any other people that might get mad at me because they're too close and might hit me. So there's the Viking hat. Another variation on the helmet hat is the reindeer hat. You take your basic helmet, the top portion you squeeze about in the middle, twisting one side so that you make a split. Now, I take 2 balloons, filled all but about 2 to 3 inches, and I twist off about a 1.5 inch bubble on the end of each one, twisting the 2 together. Now, where the split has been made on your helmet, you squeeze these 2 bubbles through and twist them together, putting one on one side and one on the other side so that your antlers will stay upright. Now, to do the antlers, I take about an 8-inch piece, squeezing here as I go along, and twist, folding down so that the measurement is about the same. I do another 8-inch piece. Now I'm going to do the pop twist so that the antlers will have a separated portion. I twist off about a 1-inch bubble, a 1-inch bubble, and once again another 1-inch bubble, making 3 bubbles, 2 to be the stationary ear twist, 1 to be popped to separate these 2 chambers from each other. Now, measuring these 2 side by side, I twist off an equal section, twisting those together. Taking the remainder, I squeeze the ear to the end, hold it up so that it's even, squeeze it once at that bottom junction so that it causes it to go upward. Now, I ear twist the first and third small bubble. If you ever see Mike Decker, you need to thank him for this one. He came up with this innovation, or I saw it from him first. Mike, I'll give you $5. And the first time I ever see it, I'll give it to you. Take your ear twist, fold it underneath the 2 bubbles, pushing from the back side, splitting the bubble in half, and spinning it, twisting it. Fold it underneath the bottom, pushing it, causing the balloon itself to split the ear twist, and spin it. Going to the other side, you repeat the same process. About an 8-inch bubble, about another 8-inch bubble, and now the ear twist. 3, 1 inch bubble, twisting your 2 8-inch portions together, squeezing up, bringing the ends together, squeezing. Now let's go over that complicated portion up close. You ear twist your first and your third bubble. Now you take the bubble and push it underneath pushing up from the bottom, splitting the bubble in half and spinning it. Doing the same thing on the other side, pushing the ear twist underneath the small bubble and the main portion, pushing up from the bottom, causing it to split the balloon into the bubble in half and twist it. Now you take and pop this bubble. I normally hold the whole thing in my hand with my middle finger and my index finger to hold those bubbles down so that when I pop that twist, it will stay together better. Going to the other side, I grab, hold down, and pop the middle bubble, causing the balloon to separate into antlers. Now, how's that for a holiday hat? But you can go one better. Make yourself a nose. Have the kids lick their own finger and rub the middle. If they say, ooh, say, would you rather me do it? They'll lick their finger and do it. And you take the nose, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Now I'd like to show you one more variation on the helmet, the elephant hat. I love this one. This is my favorite one. You take your basic helmet, your upper portion, squeeze, split, so you have about 1/2 on either side. Do the same thing with one of your bottom portions, bottom pieces. What this will be is this will be the top and this will be the front of the elephant hat when we're finished. You take another balloon, actually you'll take 2 balloons filled all the way to the end. Doesn't matter if they're tight or soft, because all you're doing is tying it in with 2 small bubbles. One bubble at the bottom on one side with the bubble of the helmet off one side. Then you twist off, I usually twist off a 2 or 3 inch bubble. I'll show you why in a second. You take your 2 or 3 inch bubble that you've made and you tie it in with the split on top, causing it to go behind on the unsplit side. This will be the back side. You want this to be on the back side, not on the front. Taking your other full balloon, take your nozzle in and tie it in to the side of the helmet with the bubble you have there twisting around a couple of times. Take and split off another 2 to 3 inch bubble, preferably the same size as the first one you've done on the back of the hat. Take this bubble and twist it in so that you now have 2 bubbles on the back and 2 big hoops for the front. Now for the final balloon. I do a lot of shaping of balloons while I'm inflating. I usually inflate by mouth. If I go to a pump, that'll be over for me. But you take and inflate a balloon except for about an inch, maybe 1/2 an inch. Take and twist off about a 4 inch bubble. At this point I usually squeeze it once to give it shape, because I want it to taper just a little bit, like that. You take this bubble and you push it between the 2 bubbles on the back of the elephant hat, taking the remainder portion, or the remainder of the part that will be the trunk, and pull it between the 2 ears. Now you'll have something that looks like this on the back and something that looks like this on the front. Take, measure a piece about the same length as your side pieces and twist off. Now at this point, squeeze your air all the way to the end and make a small ear twist, about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 to an inch. Ear twist this portion. Now take that ear twist and fold it around through where you made the split on the front of the helmet. And take it around to the front so that you'll have your trunk on the front of your elephant hat like this. Now before you go to put this on someone, take